crore 10 lakh in the next 6 months. So in total, in 12 months, he did 1 crore 20 lakhs. Here's in 6 active months, somebody who spent 32 lakhs in ads made a revenue of 95 lakh. That's a profit of 63 lakh. Here's a high ticket funnel. Anybody out here who is pursuing a high ticket funnel, a book a call funnel or a VSL funnel, appointments, stuff like that through Facebook ads? Anybody who is doing it for a client, not for yourself, maybe for a client? Awesome. Fantastic. Brilliant. So we have got case studies in all like 14 different niches and industries. And here's a high ticket case study. So the CPM for this gentleman was 985 rupees. And he was getting a cost per qualified appointment at 2000 rupees. But after deploying our mechanisms and methods, his CPM went down to 163 rupees. And cost per qualified appointment came down to 220 rupees. That's like 100 times, almost like 10x better, of course, right? And not just that, here's what is going to shock you and going to probably make you question a lot of practices that you probably have been taught, or if you are already running ads, then you probably have been trying to do. That same ads that we run for our clients, for ourselves, for any of our clients that we work with, same ads have been actively running for months. We have had scenarios where we have had ads, same ads running for 9 months, 10 months. And I am not at all saying that we duplicated the ads. I'm not at all saying that. Without duplication, which means we launched an ad inside our OCM process, following the OCM process. We launched an ad and we let it run. Which means after 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, 9 months, 10 months, the same ad has been running consistently. And I will show that to you today. And this is not just for our clients. We do the same thing for ourselves. And the best testimony I can tell you that this is like real. You go to Facebook ads library, you all guys are funnel hackers, some of you probably, and you guys know about Facebook ads library. Go to Facebook ads library and you are going to observe that even my own ads have been running for almost like a month, couple of them. We don't touch them. We don't duplicate them. We don't keep launching them. Peaceful performance. How many of you would like to do that for your business or your client's business? You would want to be able to learn how to do it. Like, this is like a dream come true. Type yes in the chat, like all of you guys who would want to do this. Yes, it is possible. And it was never like that. Not like this. I'm not saying that this is how it has always been. I would be lying if I would say that. But advertising has changed over the years, especially in the last 2 to 3 years. There has been significant transformation and evolution of how advertising is approached and done. And this is the reason why ever since I started my own advertising agency, we worked very hard to create SOPs and systems that we can then document case studies and teach people. Teaching and coaching is like my passion. So I want to do it. But I wanted to curate and collect so many case studies and data points that, I have got questions to all of you guys so that I can really create an impact in your life. So let's get started with it. Of course, I'm super pumped. And you will see a lot of such case studies today live in action. And here's not just scaling, but even launching businesses. Here's an ad account. We started with 500 rupees per day. Today, spending 2,000 rupees per day, maintaining the business goal KPI of under 300 CPR, spend 1.3 lakh so far with just one active campaign. That's what I call as peaceful. Here's another one, started with 1,000 rupees per day. Today, spending 15,000 per day, maintaining the business goal KPI of 500 cost per result, spent 21.8 lakhs so far with just one active campaign. That's peace. Here's another ad account where we have spent a total of 71 lakh and counting, growing and scaling with just one campaign. That's peace. Here's what I want to show you, that it even works with low as well as high budget, not just high budget, but even low budget. Started with 1,000 per day. We're still spending the same because the client does not want to scale for personal reasons, and yet maintaining the performance, which means it has consistent performance, stable performance, average CPR of 168 rupees with 500 plus purchases with one campaign only. That is what I call as peace. How would How would this sound for you to in your business, that when you have such kind of cost per results, whether you are driving like running ads for sales, purchases, or leads, no matter what, but you would want to have consistent performance without having to duplicating things, launching a bunch of things again and again and again just to increase and scale your budget or grow your business? How many of you would love that? Type me in the chat. Of course, we would want to, everybody would want to, not just you guys. Even this is like unreal, right? Whenever I share this with people, it's like, okay, you are showing the proof, but it's like too good to be true. That's why I'm doing this workshop today. So here's day-wise performance of various ad accounts. We got 5 sales with a CPR of 125. Here is another one, 7 sales with a CPR of 138, 6 sales with a CPR of 169 rupees, 9 sales with a CPR of 114 rupees, 64 sales in a week with a CPR of 126 rupees, to show you the consistency in performance. So the bottom line is, one campaign method works, period. So, like I said, today I'm going to discuss with you and make you aware of how you can launch and scale Facebook ads from 0 to up to 53,000 in ad spend per day profitably and peacefully without any sort of complexity, without laser targeting, without duplicating ad sets, without launching a bunch of new ad sets or campaigns every single day to scale, without using interest targeting to scale, using the one campaign method. Now, the reason why I say 53,000 per day is because that's, to be very honest and complete full transparency, that's what I have been able to achieve personally, hands-on. And I do not want to say what I have not done. Whenever I get a chance to take ad accounts spending more than that on a single day, like on a daily basis consistently, I will be more than happy to share that update with you guys. But so far, I've been able to do it about 50,000 per day. Now, why one campaign method? How many of you know Alex Hermosi? How many of you guys type 1 in the chat if you know him? Come on, type 1 in the chat. Throw me, all of you guys. And I also want to tell you that, guys, come on, like, you have to show some sort of participation. I'm going to make it easy by giving you numbers to type in so that it's easy for you to type. But yeah, participate. Just makes me feel good. So Alex Hermosi said, fancy fails and simple scales. And ever since I heard Alex Hermosi say this, it has always stayed with me. It has become my go-to mantra. And that's exactly what we follow in our agency. Whenever we onboard any clients, whenever we work with our clients, whenever we create processes, systems, we always think about keeping things very, very simple and straightforward, because fancy fails and simple scales. Now, the reason why this is important for you to understand is that if I ask you this question, what is the bottom line reason behind you wanting to run Facebook ads? What is going to be that one word answer? I want you to think about that one word answer for a second. It could be more leads, could be sales, could be money, could be growth, could be business, could be customers, stuff like that. Give me that one word, whatever comes to your mind. Brand, for some it could be brand. So I'm going to call out some names, okay? Some things that you guys are typing in. Sales. A lot of you guys are talking about sales. Reach, financial freedom, all right? Money, leads, business, sales, closures. Yes, for sales, correct. That's right. So quality customers, absolutely. So we know that the bottom line reason behind wanting to run Facebook ads for ourselves or our customers or clients, we know that everything that we want to do, it can be summarized into these 2 reasons. Number 1, grow my business. Number 2, make more money. For example, we want to generate more leads so that we can grow our business or our client's business. And as a result of that, make money. We want more sales so that we can grow our business. And as a result of that, make money. Yes or no, guys? Yes or no? This is what it is. Any answer you give, whatever you guys, all of you guys who are participating, everything that you guys said can be summarized in these 2 reasons. These are the 2 ultimate reasons why anybody runs Facebook ads, right? This is like the bottom line reason. So now I want to ask you a follow-up question. Do you want to do this just once? Do you want to grow your business just once? Do you want to make money just once? Or do you want to keep growing your business? or your client's business? Do you want to keep making more money? Do you want to do it sustainably? Option one or two, guys, in the chat. Which one do you choose? Do you want to do it once, or do you want to keep doing it consistently with sustained performance, consistent, peaceful performance that gives you some predictability in your business growth and your revenue and your income? We all want consistent performance, each one of us, including you, including me, all of us. So when we know that our goal is to keep growing our business and keep making more money, I want to ask you a question. Can we keep growing our business and keep making more money without scaling? Yes or no? Is it possible to keep growing our money and keep growing our business and as well as keep growing money? Can we keep doing it without scaling? No, we cannot. We cannot start with a 500 rupees per day budget, 1000 rupees per day budget, 200 rupees per day budget, and then keep spending that same thing all, for years and months. That way we cannot grow, we cannot scale. So the answer is we will have to scale. And in normal world, scaling is not magic. Scaling is pure math. And human minds think like this. Let me give you an example. Here's a scenario. If you sell something worth 1000 rupees to 100 people, that's 1000 into 100, that's 1 lakh per month. And if you want to now scale in this scenario, and if now the goal is to scale to going from 1 lakh to 10 lakh per month, you'll think like, I just need to sell 1,000 units, because then as a result, I will make 10 lakhs per month. Here's another example. If you sell something worth 25,000 rupees to 100 people, that means you are making 25 lakh per month. And if you want to now scale in that scenario, and if the goal is to go from 25 lakh to 50 lakh per month, you will think that we just have to sell 200 units, and that will make me hit my monthly income goal of 50 lakh per month. So typically human minds think like that. Human minds operate like that when we talk about scaling. In normal world, scaling is not magic. It is pure math. But guess what? Not in the world of Meta. In the world of Facebook ads, it is not just math, it is about the algorithm as well. And we have to deal with it. How many of you kind of agree with it? You may not know how to, but you kind of know this and you agree with it somewhat. If you are that person, drop one in the chat, number one. Awesome. Of course, majority of you. Because we all know that, right? It has always been that kind of mystery of how to uncover the algorithm. Right. Turns out this is reality. And how do I say that? That majority of people do not understand this. Here's how I can say that. 75.8% of e-com businesses lose money when they scale their Facebook ads. How many of you out here are into e-com businesses for yourself, for your clients? Type me in the chat. How many of you? Any sort of product, but e-com business, right? Yourself or for your clients. So here's a report from Glue. You can see the percentage with negative return is 75.8%. Here's another. How many of you guys know Neil Patel? Type me in the chat. The real OG of internet marketing, the GOAT. Yes. Of course, we all have learned a lot from Neil Patel. Now, here's what he published some time back on his blog, that 62% of small businesses fail with Facebook ads. He's not saying they lose money. He says they fail, which means they start and then they shut it down. Service businesses fail within the first 6 to 12 months. Agency business guys. Because of that little success I was able to achieve, I was able to meet and have a few words and exchange a few words with people like Rajiv Talreja, meet them, hang out with them, people like Digital Deepak, Saurav Jain. Anybody out here knows these people? Rajiv Talreja, Digital Deepak, Saurav Jain. Type me in the chat if you know these guys or if you have bought their courses and coaching programs or something from them in the past. So I got that little bit of success. But in May 2022, here's what happened. I sent this message out to the agency. I did not have an agency back then. I was not handling and growing my Facebook ads myself or my funnel. One of my agency that I outsourced the process to, the Facebook ads to, they were doing it. And on May 2022, here's what happens. The message I sent to this agency founder is that if we go in full capacity and the sales don't happen, I am screwed. And here's what the next message was. I'm scared. The thing is, if we can't get our CPA down like right now, I'm screwed. I'm thinking about everything. I can't afford a dash. Spending over 30,000 rupees a day with 10 sales. I have been giving enough of chances, hoping it will get better. But ever since we restarted, we have been experiencing this fluctuation. And from the last 3 days, it has gotten even worse. I was spending 30,000 rupees per day and I was selling something worth 200, 300 rupees. I was losing money at 10x speed. I was not making 10x ROAS. I was making 10x LOAS. Loss on ad spend at 10x speed. And this moment came in my life where I had to send this message to him and I said, test wala budget nahi hai ab mere paas. I have been trying to tell you this since last week. I was paying them 50,000 rupees per month plus some revenue share. Please pause all the operations. And that's what happened with me. So I went from zero, almost zero, to hitting the 1.5 CR, to losing it all again. That's exactly what happened with me. And until then, I did not have Facebook, the ad agency that I have today. Turns out, the remaining 38% that somehow succeed initially, 90% fail when they scale their Facebook ads. Turns out it was the truth what these people were documenting in their blogs. All the people like the publishers like Glue, Neil Patel, Glue. Turns out it was true. I was the case study probably for them. Why? Because fancy fails and simple scales. We were trying to scale a funnel and we were trying to scale it through Facebook ads using outdated launch and scaling methods, vertical, horizontal scaling. We were launching multiple campaigns and duplicating campaigns to scale. We were launching multiple ad sets, duplicating ad sets to scale. We were doing laser targeting, layered targeting, audience interest targeting, stacking different stuff, increasing budget by 10%, 20% every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, spending a bomb on retargeting ads without any clue, when we did not even know that Facebook was retargeting automatically on its own. And why the heck were we spending money on retargeting ads? And I was just bleeding money. I was it's not easy to make money, right? It's hard. And when we follow such kind of mechanisms and processes like manual bidding, sneak attack method, shotgun method, bully method, nuke, all these things, cost cap, bid caps, tried everything under the sun. Everything you can imagine under the sun. I tried it hands-on, every single thing. And I realized none of this can be scaled. It just takes away your sleep. You will always spend 12 hours every day inside your ad account and you will die out of anxiety. You won't even know, like you'll always be like, oh, next sale. Oh, when is my next sale coming? When is my next registration coming? And I was just over it because it's too complex and outdated. It does not give us stable performance, leaves us with a messed up ad account, so messy, 1,000 campaigns running, impossible to manage at scale because there are so many moving parts. It just doesn't give us peace at all. It is just impossible. So who does this apply to? E-com businesses, digital products, courses, coaching, high ticket, agency, freelancing, lead gen, service business. Basically, anyone who runs Facebook ads for any business in any industry and in any niche. So, what will you learn today? Now, before I tell you that, I want you to know this, that it took me more than 9 years of countless sleepless nights, self doubt, failures, trial and error, and 8 figures in Facebook ad spend to understand all of this deeply and then perfect it. And I want you to just never forget this, that this is coming to you for like literally peanuts, 99 rupees. And I want you to never forget this, that how hard it would have been for me. I went from being broke to launching a funnel to scaling it with Facebook ads, hitting 1.5 crores to losing it all. I kept investing in learning and focused on upskilling myself at every single step. And I was wondering, why did I still fail? When I took my business to 1.5 CR, when I was doing this, why did I fail? Why? When I reached here, why am I failing? What is that one thing that I did wrong? Did I outsource my process, my business to wrong agency? I started to think like everybody would think like, or any human being would think like in my situation. I thought that I had to just probably outsource it to a different agency. And I tried doing that as well. Nothing worked. Just nothing worked. And turns out because everybody were following these complex and outdated methods. Because the moment we duplicate stuff and launch a bunch of things, we don't really know why something is not working and why something is working, most importantly. So we cannot even spot the patterns and we cannot even utilize the patterns we are spotting because guess what? We are just following complex and outdated methods. So that's the real story. And when I was going through this process and I was like, I kept, I'm investing in my learning. Even like in last 1.5 years, 2 years, I've invested around 20 lakh rupees, 25 lakhs in my upskilling myself and also my team. And I was like, when I do this, why am I failing? And that's when I heard Russell Brunson say this once, that if we don't know what we don't know, we will fail. Any Russell Brunson fan here? Type RB in the chat if you're a Russell Brunson fan here. Or if you're a funnel hacker. All the funnel hackers here. Yes, of course. An OG, right? The gangster of internet marketing. Everybody knows him. Great guy. I like him. Basically, I take inspiration from everybody. But of course, when I heard him say this, that if we don't know what we don't know, we will fail. When I heard him say this, it hit me so hard. And that's exactly as a result of that is when the advertising agency was born. So, of course, you know my name. My name is Rohan Sapra, and I'm the founder of Impact Excel Advertising Agency. This is my team. That's me, the founder. That's Megha, who's also my wife. She is the content coordinator. That's Supratim, who's our in-house media buyer. Also the same guy who has been messaging you sometimes. And Anurag, who is our in-house junior video editor. Very lean and mean team. And that's all that we have as of today. An idea or we spot an opportunity, then we create a source of product or service to sell. Then we realize that we need traffic to sell to, so we learn Facebook ads for it. And that's like the 5% of people. So things we realize we need, so we learned it, now we know. So things like business manager setup, ad account setup, pixel data set setup, interest targeting, etc. Very standard basic stuff. And then from there, we go to launching and scaling Facebook ads. Once we launch and scale Facebook ads, we experience the challenges. We now realize things we actually need to get the desired results. So we want to learn. And now we are looking for solutions. For example, one campaign method. So from there, we reach to this 15%, which is things we realize we need, but we don't know. So we want to learn. But we realize we need. That's pretty much why you guys are here today, which is in this workshop for one campaign, learning about one campaign method, because you realize you need it, because you see that it is solving problems that you want a solution for. So basically, you are aware of it, and that's why you're here to learn it. So you know, but you don't know one campaign method. So you're here to learn it. But the problem here is majority of people get stuck here. They figure something out, they go, they learn it, they come back in that 5% that now they realize they needed it. So now they've learned it and now they know that as well. And then go back. So they keep shuffling between this 20% itself. And turns out that's why 90% fail when they scale their Facebook ads out of the remaining 30%, 38% that somehow succeed initially, because I was probably doing the same thing. How many of you can relate to this? That you figure something out, then you go back, like you learned it, then you go back, you implement it, then you again face another challenge after a while, then you're like, oh my God, how do I solve this? How many of you can relate to this? Type me in the chat. So this is what happens with everybody who runs Facebook ads, not just you, including me. This is what was happening with me. And turns out the 10x ROAS that we all are chasing happens here. Things we don't realize we need to know because we don't even know about them. And when I heard Russell Brunson say that if we don't know what we don't know, we will fail, I realized that, oh my God, I think what we don't know is the algorithm. And that's when I realized that if I want to win in this game consistently with consistent performance, I really need to decode this. Ever since I realized it, here's what it kind of looks like. We have done 5 CR and counting in total revenue across the portfolio of clients we have. Our methods are battle tested. Ads get twice better click-through rate on an average of our ads than industry average. 30% lower CPMs. Our execution to success rate is 83.33%, which is massive. So what will you learn today? Now, one campaign method is the thing you realize you don't know, and of course you will learn about it today. But here are the things you don't realize you need because you don't even know about them. So for you to know that and learn that best in the best way possible, I have to take you through this process today. The future of audience targeting, the ad auction system, the attribution model, and then the thing you realize you don't know, which is the one campaign method. That's how we will flow. The flow of this presentation will be today. Like, now, how will you learn all of this today? With logic. Why ad campaigns work or don't work? Why do they stop working? You'll have that logic today by the end of this workshop. With some case studies, wherever applicable, as much as possible, I'm going to take you behind the scenes, raise the curtains, and show you things in action. Things we did hands-on across 14 different niches and businesses. Processes, I'll tell you some of my personal process as well inside that I use in my agency. How to launch, test, scale with stability and performance to grow your business with peace using Facebook ads. So basically, you'll realize it, you'll discover it, and you will be aware of it today. And that's how we will start. With 100% transparency, and I have nothing to hide here, I will make you an offer today for a 4-week, which is a 30 days cohort style kind of a program. And that's just what I have to offer. That's it, nothing else. That's my 100% transparent approach with you guys. If you are okay with this 100% transparency, I am not saying it's a must. No, it's not a must. It's not a mandate. Whatever I have to share with you today, I will deliver that and you will get value from this workshop. But I am just being honest and transparent with you because I did not want to hide or misguide you in any way. Cool? If it's cool, then type C in the chat. C is cool. All of you guys. Thank you. Appreciate you guys. All right. So let's get started. Now, let's begin with the future of audience targeting. So let's understand the audience targeting here. And for you to understand audience targeting, I'm going to introduce you to an imaginary character, Megha. So here's why understanding what I have to share with you is important today. So typically when we do ads, here's what's happening. We have our ad, so you have your ad, and you show your ad to let's say for example, you show your ad to Facebook user, in this example, Megha, right? Megha clicks, she sees your ad, then she clicks, and then the ad takes her to a landing page, which is your landing page, which has the Meta Pixel installed. She may be accessing that landing page on her mobile device, which is an Android device, or it could be an Apple device. across different browsers, from different browsers. Could be Safari, could be Google Chrome, could be Microsoft Edge, could be Mozilla Firefox. So here's how this happens. Behind the scenes, if you look at, if your ad is, you're showcasing your ad, behind the scenes, how are you making it possible? How are you showing your ad to Megha? Is by using these common things, right? Audience interest targeting, lookalike audience, custom audience, retargeting. And basis on this, following these processes, those were the days where you were able to simply show your ad to Megha if Megha is your potential customer. Now, I want to ask you this. How do you think Meta collects data that allows advertisers to target Megha? So think, how does Meta come to know about the things you are interested in? What is that one thing that comes to your mind, guys? Come on, type in the chat. How do you think Meta knows about it? Data, right? Of course. Awesome. What else? What else? And how is Meta realizing about it? Pixel, yeah, data, okay. Engagement, yes. So for you to understand this phenomena, I'm going to make you understand today something called as first party data and third party data. So what does it really mean? I'm going to make you understand this today from Meta's perspective. That what does it mean from Meta's perspective? First party data and third party data. And bear with me, and you will realize by the end of this workshop why it is important. Not by the end of this workshop. In the next 5 minutes, you'll realize why this particular phenomena is important. So first party data means the data that Meta gets from its own sources, like its own website and its own app. And Meta is collecting data from Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp. How? With the help of user interactions. So for example, what Megha likes, what Megha shares, where Megha comments, what kind of video Megha watches, what are the videos Megha saving, what are the things Megha saying in her private DMs when she's talking to her friends. All of these things which are interactions, Meta gets data from it. And there's a speculation that they can hear what we say. How many of you feel that, seen that, observed that, like you're talking to somebody about something and the next thing you realize is you go to Facebook and you see the same ad, like something related to the same thing, right? So there's a speculation that even this happens. And not just that, they collect data even from the profile information, right? Whatever Megha is entering in her profile, even that's where Facebook is getting the data from. So all of that is the first party data, right? So what's third party data? Third party data means the data that Meta gets from external companies or tools or applications. And Meta is collecting data from the third party data from things like Metapixel, which is like a third party data technology through its Pixel technology. And the Pixel is installed on different websites that Megha is visiting or any user visits. And also collects data, third party data from data partnerships. So basically buying data from third party places, stuff like that. And that's the difference between first party and third party. So first party is the data that's directly coming from Meta's ecosystem. Third party data is the data that is coming outside of Meta's ecosystem. Simple to understand, nothing fancy. Great. So here's the problem. What we don't realize is that when we show our ad to Megha, Megha sees the ad, Megha clicks on the ad, and she lands on the landing page. This is your landing page where the Pixel is installed. Megha is accessing this, which is your landing page, on a device which is either an Apple or an Android. That is the problem here in the process, in the approach, because guess what? This is third-party data. So the conclusion is that anything that happens outside of Meta's own sources, Facebook, Instagram, or WhatsApp, will be considered as third-party data. Now, here's why this was important for me to make you learn today. It's the death of third-party cookies. And I'm not saying it. The internet will tell you that. Everybody will tell you that. Here's another article from Adapex. Adapex is a pretty renowned firm and also awarded as America's fastest growing companies in 2024. And you can see that they mentioned the future of targeted advertising is overcoming the addressability gap, which means that it's the rise of first party data. It's the decline of third party cookies. first party data is the future of marketing. How many of you know John Loomer? Type me in the chat if you know John Loomer. Come on. At least some people out here. All right. Awesome. Yeah. So he's an industry veteran. He's been in this game for a very long time. And you can see on July 8th, 2024, here's what John Loomer published. It's possible that targeting no longer matters at all. And all that we guys do, and some people will tell us maybe is that we have to do layer targeting, laser targeting, stacking audience interest. And we are thinking about ways that hidden targeting. But guess what? Guess what? All of the targeting is useless, right? And here's another one. Here's Marty Krail, who is a media director, basically a media director for a firm which is responsible for running campaigns, advertising campaigns for brands like Bridgestone, Lenovo, Under Armour, Ford, right? Some really big brands. And here's what he said on March 14, 2024. Lookalike targeting is dead. Interest targeting is dead. Retargeting is on its way out. How many of you are in a shock right now? You're like, what? Yes. So whatever I am sharing with you today, everything that I will tell you today is 100% valid, logical, backed with proof, and a ton of case studies. So the reason why it took me so long to come out there and finally present you guys with a solution or teach people on this was because I was gathering all this data. I was gathering my own case studies and then creating a process around it. So the future is, without a doubt, the future is, it's not interest targeting. Interest targeting is not the future. And if anybody out here who's come from YouTube, seen my videos on YouTube, type me in the chat. Yeah, Creative is doing the targeting, correct? Creative does the targeting. Yeah, some of you guys. So you guys will see that how openly transparently I share things, right? Even on my Instagram, yeah. How openly I share things on different places, and I never shy away from being very transparent in the approach that I have, that this is what it is. And I have been doing it consistently and with complete success, right? And it's not that it's a fluke. The reason why I have been able to do it is because the reason is simple. Lookalike audience targeting is dead. Interest targeting is dead. Retargeting is on its way out. And this is the reason why I want to go ahead and now make you dive into an ad account here, a training account with me today. And in this ad account, which is a training account, I am going to show you how there is an audience overlap between different audiences across different niches. How many of you saw that video on my landing page? Type me in the chat if you saw that. Okay. Okay. Right. So some of you did. Who did not? Type I did not. If you IDN. If you did not, type IDN. Okay. All right. So it's going to be a shocker for those of you who did not. because this is going to be like, what are you talking about, Rohan? This is like, you are scaring us more than anything else. So I know. I'm just your well-wisher. I'm just trying to educate you about the right things so that even if you don't work with me or learn from me, at least you don't do the wrong things. That's all. Let me go ahead and log into this ad account here and share with you what I'm talking about. Okay. So, and let's go. Someone is saying I am the Facebook ads disruptor of India. Thank you. I am not here to disrupt anything. I am just trying to just educate people. That's it. Just doing my 1%, I think. Yeah. Okay. So let's go. All right, guys, I would highly encourage you and request you guys to park your questions for the Q&A so that we have something to discuss about in the Q&A, okay? Because it becomes, it just becomes very confusing. Then I'm talking about things, and then the conversation ends up going somewhere else only. And then, so yeah. So let me just pull this up here in Jiffy. Okay. All right. So let's go. If you guys can see this, then type yes in the chat, please. All right. Awesome. Thank you, guys. Okay. So let's hit create a custom audience here. Or sorry, create a saved audience. Okay. And let's have a look. Let's give it a name. Okay. Let's say, for example, I'm going to give it a name as, let's say, digital marketing. Okay. So digital marketing. I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to hit search for digital marketing. Yeah, this is an interest, digital marketing. And I'm going to leave everything else as it is. I'm going to hit create saved audience. Right. Now I'm going to create another audience. And I'm going to call this, say, pets. Okay. So it has nothing to do with digital marketing. Right. I'm going to select this. I'm going to hit create saved audience. Right. I'm going to add another audience. Let's say, give me another niche, guys. Let's say real estate or something, or no. Let's say lifestyle. Okay. A very massy, broad niche, right? Lifestyle. Let's hit create saved audience. And let's select all of these three and show audience overlap. 100% audience overlap across different niches and different audiences. Of course, with Advantage Plus, but why do you think Meta is promoting Advantage Plus? I will talk about it today. In this workshop, I will talk about, we have a segment of Advantage Plus for normal audience, original audience. But here's in front of you with Advantage Plus, 100% audience overlap, which means that it does not matter whether you choose pets as an interest or you choose digital marketing as an interest. Chances are that Meta is going to do the targeting on its own. So interest targeting is basically not any secret, is what I'm trying to tell you. And the reason why I'm trying to tell you that, and I've proved it to you, I think, and the reason why I'm trying to prove that to you and why I'm able to, why I'm sharing it with you is because the reason is it's the death of third-party cookies. That is the reason why Meta is promoting Advantage Plus. And as a matter of fact, that is just what the future is going to be like. It is just going to be like this interest-free targeting. That's where we are headed. And this, all of this that I've shared with you in the first 15, 20 minutes so far is a proof of that. That's just the way it is going to be. And how many of you are now shocked looking at this? Then type S in the chat if you're like shocked. 100%. And I can keep showing this to you. Okay, this is just, you can just go and do it yourself and check it out. And this is just the way it is. And this is the reason why layered targeting, audience interest targeting, or stacking audience interest, these things just don't work consistently. They may get you initial results. And when we start a brand new ad account, we may choose one single interest to launch and test something. We may do that, but we never scale and grow ad accounts with it. Why? Because they are not stable. Why? Because audience interest targeting does not guarantee that we are going to reach individual or unique users. Why? How can I say that? Well, in the last 20 minutes, that's what I've been trying to tell you. I'm not the one saying it. Meta says it. I'm not the one saying it. John Loomer says it. I'm not the one saying it. All the big companies are saying it. And the reason is third-party cookie is dead. That's the reason why. So going back to the presentation and continuing on it. Now, so that's what it was. So what you saw just now is potentially the reason why things like this happen when we do interest targeting, audience overlap, auction overlap, audience fragmentation. And all of this leads to high CPMs, high cost per result, low click-through rates, low conversion rates. Why? Because chances are where we are reaching the same audience, because that's just the way Meta is as a platform. And all these old methods are so outdated, and people have not even implemented the new things, because I think most of these people don't even know, because probably they did not realize it. But this is what's happening. How many of you are aware of audience overlap, auction overlap, audience fragmentation? Type number one in the chat if you're aware of it. Maybe you have experienced it, you are fed up of it if you're running ads already, or maybe you have heard other people cry about it, cry over it, because of the performance is fluctuating because of all of these reasons. Well, that's the truth. So what is the future? Meta uses AI image recognition model, which means that whatever our creative says or shows, Meta is able to identify that with the help of the AI image recognition model that it uses. So whatever is in this image, Meta is able to learn from it. So say, for example, there's an airplane, Meta recognizes it. There's a human being, Meta recognizes it. There's a tree, Meta recognizes it. And not just recognizing a human being or a tree or objects, Meta is able to even define what it recognizes, which means it has so much of accuracy and so much of capacity to recognize that it not just recognizes that there's an individual in the video or in an image, it also recognizes what is the emotion in the voice tonality of that individual. It recognizes that as well. It recognizes what is the person doing in the video. It recognizes if it's a soccer game, it will do a commentary saying that the person, this team, the player A passed the ball to player B passed the ball to player C. It recognizes everything, not just objects, but even the actions and the movement that's going on. That is the world we are living in today. And future is not future is already here. We are already living in the future. And this is exactly how the results we get, the way we get the results we get, basically, for our clients. And because we realize it, that Meta is using AI image recognition model. So the future is broad or open targeting. It's no interest, raw targeting. All of the case studies we have and all the accounts we currently run and we are growing and scaling, all of them, when I say all, I mean each and every one of them are running on broad and open targeting. And they are not in the same niche. They are all in different niches, all in different businesses. Some are, of course, similar businesses, but they have nothing to do with each other. But they all are running on broad targeting, because that is the future and we are living in the future already. So here's a quick recap. Meta used which means audience interest is not how it used to be before. And audience interest look like audiences, custom audiences, especially even retargeting for that matter. It will not be accurate, especially relying on AI image recognition model for targeting. Now, that was the future of audience targeting. Let's now move on to the ad auction system and understand the ad auction system. Now, you must realize that Meta is an auction based platform. Whether you run manual bids or you do auto bids, bid cap, cost cap, doesn't matter. Whether you do manual bids or you do auto bids, which is the default, your ads are participating in auctions. That is the truth, whether you like it or you don't. That's just the way it is. But when we talk about the word auction, this is what we usually think like. We think about the word, we get this word in our mind, auction, and we're like, okay, this is what probably auction means. Just an example, IPL auction, right? Players are auction. The ones who bids the highest in the auction wins. So we perceive the meaning of auction like that. The one who bids the highest in the auction wins. I used to think like the same way. How many of you have tried manual bidding out here, just in case anybody out here? Bid cap, cost cap, anybody? Me in the chat if you have tried it. If you have not tried it, okay, at least we have some people out here. Great. If you have not tried it, but it interested you, like you were like, maybe that's the secret. Maybe I need to learn it. Anybody out here, you heard about it and then you realize, oh, that's the secret, cost cap, bid cap. Me in the chat if you're that person, that individual. So this is what I thought. Great. People who don't know, they are the best. Okay. If you don't know, you are the best. Because I'll tell you, it's useless. Okay. Because I've tried it, I've tried scaling it, I've gotten some results also, some success as well. But it's absolutely crazy at scale because we think, when we think about auctions as a whole, as a concept, we think that the one who is going to bid the highest is going to win. Yes or no? If yes, then type Y in the chat, right? We know that whoever is going to bid the highest is going to win. But that's what we think about auctions. But the problem is not that. And when I scaled with auctions, I experienced manual bids, I experienced next level challenges and challenges that I don't even want to talk about because it will just, majority of you guys probably will not even relate to it. So that's the problem when we talk about auction. And today I'm going to explain what the auction system really is in a very simplified manner. In the world of Facebook ads, that is not how auctions work. Now, with full, complete 100% transparency, this is coming from Meta's own help article. You can go on Google and type these beautiful words, Meta about ad auction. You will find a link that looks like this, which says about ad auction, which is Facebook's own link, and you can check it out yourself. Complete transparency, full reliable source. Okay. We're going to talk about basically three things. Let's start with the first one. When and why do ad auctions take place? Now, basically, it's very simple. Whenever there is an opportunity to show an ad to someone, that's exactly when an ad auction is taking place. So whenever a user comes online, whenever you go online on Facebook or Instagram, and now we have WhatsApp ads also coming in. So whenever you are online, there is an opportunity to show an ad to you. Why auctions happen? To determine which ad to show to that person, right? So Megha comes online. Which ad should they serve to Megha for a better user experience? That's the reason why auctions are happening. So when it happens is when somebody comes online. Why it happens is to determine which ad to show to that individual. Now, who competes in each auction? Now, I want you to understand this. So this is again from Meta. And when I read this article, of course, I understood it. I tried explaining this in one of my videos on YouTube. I realized I got a lot of comments. People understood. Some people did. 90% people did not. So I simplified this. Okay. So I'm going to make you explain this with an example. Who competes in each auction? And we are going to call Megha back in this example. Now, Megha as an individual, just like you, just like me, Megha can have different interests. She is interested in weight loss. She is interested in different things like travel. She's interested in Facebook ads. She's interested in wristwatches, and she's interested in stock market, right? Just how you probably are interested in various other things. So that's what Megha is, and that's what defines Megha as an individual. Now we have three advertisers as an example. Let's say advertiser one is a stock market advertiser. Advertiser two is in the weight loss category, and advertiser three is in the Facebook ads category. Now, advertiser one is selling a stock market app. He chooses stock market as an interest to show his ads to Megha. Understood? Because advertiser one is a stock market advertiser. So he is selecting, say, for example, stock market as an interest and potentially thinking to show the ad to Megha. Why? Because Megha is interested in stock market. Similarly, advertiser two is selling a weight loss product. So he chooses health and wellness as an interest to show his ads to Megha or people like Megha. In this example, Megha. Why? Because Megha is interested in weight loss. Similarly, advertiser three is selling Facebook ads as a service. So he chooses advertising as an interest to show his ads to Megha or people like Megha. And why? Because Megha is interested in Facebook ads as well. So even though all of these three advertisers are in absolutely different businesses, completely different products, absolutely nothing to do with each other, but potentially are going to want to target Megha because Megha is a prospect for each and every one of them. Do you guys understand this? Type me in the chat. This is very simple, but type yes in the chat if you do. Me or yes, whatever. Type yes in the chat if you do. Yes, understood. So they're all trying to show the ads to people who are interested in their own things. And Megha as an individual can be interested in all of these different things. Think about yourself now. Think about you. You are interested in badminton. You're interested in cricket. You are interested in swimming. You are interested in music, books, luxury items, shopping, Amazon. stuff like that, utility items, right? Facebook ads. So you have different buckets, but you can be a potential customer for all of these advertisers. Same person can be a potential customer. So here's a recap. Why auctions are happening? To determine which ad to show to that person. So as soon as Mega comes online, auction happens. And this is just an example to make it easy for you. I want you to understand now that there are billions of auctions happening on an hourly basis, not daily, hourly, billion. Okay. And every second, every minute, this is happening because of algorithm. And this is how it's going on. Why it's happening? To determine which ad should be shown to Megha. What is Megha actively interested in? What is Megha more interested in? Is she interested at this point? Is she interested in stock market, weight loss, Facebook ads? So Facebook is trying to determine that, and this is happening like in a second, right? So the conclusion here is even though each advertiser has selected a different audience interest, they still may compete in the same auction as soon as Mega comes online because she is interested in all of them. Therefore, audience interest has zero contribution in winning the auction. So, again, another proof of concept. Audience interest has nothing to do with anything, right? Not just targeting the right people, but even the auction system, it's not going to help you win. Why? Because Vega is interested in all of them. So, zero contribution. Now, who is competing? You realize who competes? Basically, all the advertisers who are competing, basically, who are advertising. Now, how is the winner of the auction determined? That's the next question. And Meta says that the broader audience matter in an auction based system. So I want you to think and tell me what can be more broader than broad targeting? Like if you just don't enter any targeting, is there anything that's broader than that? Right? There's nothing broader than that, right? It's like the broadest you can actually go. And that's why it is important for you to realize because Meta is an auction based platform and broader audience matter in an auction based platform. I don't say it, Meta does. And I want to give and ask you this. Why do you think Meta keeps recommending this? Anybody familiar with this? Type me in the chat if you're familiar with this, guys. Audience fragmentation, where Meta keeps telling you that, hey, X number of your ad sets have similar setups and creatives, but different audiences. As a result, they may take longer to exit the learning phase and spend more budget before performance is optimized. To avoid this, combine your similar ad sets into one ad set, right? Pretty common issue with a lot of people. And here's the problem: audience overlap. Overlapping audiences will make you compete with yourself in the same auction, impacting your overall results negatively. Because guess what happens? Usually, what's going on? We are running ads. We're running ads with different audience interest, with different ad sets or different campaigns. But at the same time, we may end up reaching the same audience, and that's what it says, that it can lead to poor delivery of your ad sets. That is the reason why our ads are fluctuating and the performance is not stable at all. One of the reasons, and a very, very valid reason. And audience overlap leads to auction overlap. That's the reality. So as a result, one of your ads competes in the auction. The other ads are not even considered. So running ads on separate pages will also not help you. And Meta have mentioned this in their article that even if you try separate pages, even then it's not going to help you. And that's the problem. And understanding this was so much important because of this. What is that one thing common between all of these things? Who's going to tell me that? What is that one thing common? Like one action that you take in all of these things. Using audience interest, lookalike custom audiences to scale, which is what makes the performance unstable because of the death of third-party data. Launching multiple audiences, interests, lookalike, etc., across different campaigns or ad sets to scale, leading to audience overlap. As per Meta, narrowed audiences, layered audiences, or using any sort of interest-based targeting reduces our chance of winning in auctions. How many of you are mind blown right now with the data and the things that I presented to you? Type MB in the chat if you're mind blown. MB stands for mind blown. Now, that's the problem with all of these different methods that we have been taught or we have been using. Launching multiple campaigns, duplicating campaigns, launching multiple ad sets, duplicating ad sets, laser targeting, layer targeting, audience interest targeting, spending on a bomb on retargeting ads, manual bidding. That the problem is this. And that's why the performance is not stable. And that is the reason why 62% service businesses fail within the first 6 to 12 months. And 75.8% e-com businesses fail as they start to scale their Facebook ads because of this reason. One of the most important reasons. Complex, outdated. Let's talk about attribution model. Now, I want to play a game with you guys, and I want you guys to answer this here in the chat. What does Meta bill us for when we are running, say, sales campaign? Because mostly that's what we do, all of us, right? We could optimize it for leads, we could optimize it for purchases, depending on business goals. But what does Meta bill us for? Impressions, reach, views, clicks, or all of the above? Type that in the chat, guys. Come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which is your answer? Is Meta billing us for impressions? Is Meta billing us for reach? Is Meta billing us for views? Is Meta billing us for clicks? Or is it billing us for all of the above? All right. Some of you are getting it right. Some of you are getting it not so right. Okay. I don't like to call it as wrong. Here's the reality. Meta bills us for impressions, which means the number of Facebook or Instagram accounts who were delivered with your ad. They may not even see it. They may not even see it. And that is what you need to realize today. Impressions, which means if Rohan was served your ad 5 times on his, say, for example, on his news feed, if Rohan was served with your ad 5 times, you will be paying for those 5 times. Same person, same individual, you are being billed for five ads being served. 5 times your impressions were served. I may or may not even see it. You will still pay money. So Meta is not charging us or billing us on the results we get. Meta doesn't bill us for the clicks we get. Meta doesn't bill us for any of this. Meta bills us on impressions. Simple. The reason why it is important for you to understand when I talk about attribution model now next is that the auctions do not happen for the results we get. Auctions are not happening for who will get more sales. Auctions are happening for the impressions. Auctions are happening for whose ad is going to be served first. That's what the auction is happening for. Why? Because Meta is billing us on impressions. If you go inside your ad account, if you run an ad account, and you go to your billing section, and you take out go to invoices, payments, invoices, you can see it's billing us on impressions. And that's the truth. So going on. Now, here's the pitfall. Okay. And here's the problem. And here's why this was very, very important for me to talk about today. What people don't realize after working with a lot of clients and coaching a lot of students and members is that people fail to realize that there is an attribution window and there is an attribution model. And no, they are not the same. There's a difference. Okay. Let me explain. What is an attribution window? An attribution window is how many days we count between when someone sees or clicks your ad and B, when they then do something you want them to do. For example, buying something. So when someone sees or clicks your ad and then when they do what you want them to do, the time duration between that's what attribution window really means. Here's an example. If you show on day 1 your ad to Megha, right? You were running, say, for example, a sales campaign for purchases. Day number 1, Megha sees your ad or maybe click on your ad for the first time. Day 2 passes, day 3 passes, day 4 passes, day 5 passes, not passes. On day 5, Megha sees your ad again and she now clicks the buy now button. Attribution window here in this case is 5 days because she took the action of buying, which is what you were running the ads for, in 5 days. So the attribution window is the time it took for Megha to buy. That's what attribution window is. Now, what is an attribution model? An attribution model decides which ad gets credit when someone buys something after, or maybe opts in, whatever you're running the ads for. This, in this example, it's buy something. So an attribution model decides which ad gets credit when someone buys something after seeing or clicking multiple ads. Now, let's say in this example, when this happened on day 2, Mega saw your second ad. Day 3, she saw ad number 3. Day 4, ad number 4. Day 5, ad number 5. And on day 5, she purchases. The question here is, will get the credit for this sale? In the chat, guys, which ad will get the credit for the sale? 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5? Come on. Yeah. Yeah. Some of you are saying 1, some of you are saying 5. Yeah. Yeah. So here's the reality. That's the reason why I have this as a part of this training program. Meta uses last touch attribution model. This means the last ad someone interacted with, which means interacted, which means clicked or viewed before buying, gets the credit. Why is it important for you to understand? Here's the reason why. Let's assume number 5, scenario 1, ad number 5 was a video ad. Mega saw the ad, it gets attributed to ad number 5. Scenario number 2, Mega saw the video ad number 5 on day 5, but she did not click. She went to Google, searched for you or your brand, found your website, went onto your website, did some research or navigate, like she just browsed around here and there, checked out your other product and service and what people are saying about you, went on YouTube, searched about you or your brand, your reviews on your brand or maybe something like that. And then she purchased directly from there. But guess what initiated that search? What initiated that search? Ad number 5, right? Because she saw your ad number 5. So it does not matter whether the user is clicking on the ad or not clicking on the ad. If the user also just viewed the ad and then later on the sale happened, let's say the same day in this example, the ad that got Megha to do that, which is the last touch attribution model, gets the sale attributed. So ad 5 gets the conversion attributed because Meta uses last touch attribution model. Now, you will now realize why I say this is important. The reason, before I take you inside an ad account right now, I want to tell you this. The reason why it is important for you to realize it is that usually what happens, we are seeing in an ad account, we run this ad 1, ad 2, ad 3. People are buying from ad 5 because why? Because people like Megha on an average take 4 to 5 days to make a buying decision. By the way, if you do your research, there is an article from Google, Alphabet. Alphabet is a company, right? They publish an article that usually takes 4 to 5 ads for someone to buy on an average, right? So usually what happens is when we run an ad, our first, second, and third ad is going to show us very high cost per result, or maybe bad cost per result, 0. What will we do? We will keep shutting this off, keep shutting this off, keep shutting this off. And as a result, when we scale with ad number 5, ad number 4, we are like, why are sales not happening? Why is conversion not happening? Because guess what did you do? You broke the journey. And that's what we do. That's the reason why I failed when I scaled my own funnel from 0 to 1.5 CR. Because when I went back to my own ad account to understand what did this agency do and why I was bleeding money, it turned out everything was completely broken. I had no historical data. I could not see anything because they were doing everything that we all do. They were duplicating things. They were doing everything the same thing, right? Let's talk about the one campaign method now, because fancy fails and simple scales. Who wants to see that in action? Type me in the chat. Who wants to see it in live in action right now? I'm going to pull up my ad account. One single master campaign how we are doing it there. Okay. So let me show you this. Now, in this particular ad account, we have nothing running, and I've selected maximum. We have this ad account is a mature ad account, spent 76 lakhs, still counting. Total amount spent in this one campaign is how much, guys? In the chat, 26 lakh. 26 lakh. Okay. Let's move on. Here's one master ad set inside that master campaign. Out of the 26 lakhs, 25 lakhs has been spent in this one master ad set itself. Almost 100% of it. Business goal is to get a sale within 1,000 rupees. But inside our agency, because I like to motivate each other and push the team and we want to work hard, I have set a goal of 500 for this client. The client gets a cost per purchase. Lifetime result average is 537 rupees till date. And here's what is going to blow your minds away. And this is what will now make you understand why this is important, why OCM works the way it does. One ad, still live, spent amount 7 lakh, cost per purchase 527, 4,30,000. Single, same ads in the same ad set. I mean, multiple ads, same ad set. One ad is spending 7 lakh. One ad is spending 4 lakh. One ad is running 4 lakh. One ad is running 2.6 lakh. One ad is running 2 lakh. And Meta itself is deciding which ad is going to go ahead and shown more to people. We are not deciding it. Meta is not, we are not bothering with it. We are not running any retargeting campaign at all. All that we do is just this one single ad set with one single master campaign, and all our winning ads are stacked inside. But yes, the number of ads, unique ads also matters, definitely. And you will see one important thing here that I want you to understand, that you will see how every ad has a different CPM. Type yes in the chat if you guys are following through. Every ad has a different CPM, right? And then you will see another thing out here, which is also very important for you guys to notice, that the overall, if we look at the overall average, the average frequency is 4.75. But however, individual ads frequency is not 4.75. One ad's frequency is 2.4. Another ad's frequency is 1.4, and so on and so forth, right? Saw it in action? Now I'm going to tell you why OCM works and how we are able to do it. Not on this account. We do it on each and every account. A person spending 1,000 rupees per day to a person spending 50,000 per day, 15,000 per day, doesn't matter. Same process, stable performance, consistent performance. Now, here's the truth. Here's the reality. How many of you understand what frequency is? Type me in the chat if you understand that. Okay, great. Some of you do. How many of you don't know? Type IDN if you don't know. Okay, some of you don't know. No problem. So I'll explain it to you in a very simplified manner. Okay, very, very simple way to make you understand. And the PPT almost ended now. Okay, let me tell you, and now I'm going to bring my whiteboard on. I'm going to explain you what OCM really does. Okay, but let me first tell you what frequency is. Rohan saw your ad one time. That's a frequency of 1. Then Rohan saw your ad 2 times. That's a frequency of 2. Understood? So how many times someone sees your ads means the frequency. Understood? Yes in the chat. Simple. Everybody, especially people who did not know. Understood? Now, understand this, the next thing, which is also very important. How many times Rohan sees your multiple ads from your ad account, whatever you're launching in your ad account? How many times Rohan sees all your ads is your ad accounts frequency versus how many times Rohan sees your individual ad is your individual ads frequency. For instance, you have an ad A, let's say ad one running. Rohan saw your ad one 2 times. So what's the frequency for ad one in the chat, guys? Rohan saw your ad one 2 times. So what will be the frequency of the ad one? Number two. Very good. Two frequency because I saw it twice, right? Now here's another scenario. You have ad number two also running. And now Rohan sees your ad number two also once. So what's your total ad account frequency now? How many times Rohan has seen your ads total? I saw your two ads 3 times. I saw your two ads 3 times. So what's the frequency? 3. This is what frequency really means. Now, here's what I want to make you understand why it is important. Did you guys notice in that ad account that I was sharing with you, the screen that I shared, the overall frequency of that ad set was 4.5 approximately. But not even a single ad had 4 or 3 or 4.5 frequency. Yes or no in the chat? Yes or no? Understood. Now tell me, does it not mean that Meta is choosing to show different ads to different individuals on its own? Because one ad has a frequency of 2, one ad has a frequency of 1.8, one ad has a frequency of 1.1, one ad has a frequency of 2.5, which means Meta plays like a team of soccer. This is an internal process we use, which is like a soccer game method approach. And we create a team of players and welcome to one campaign method. This is what OCM does. When we have OCM and a master ad set inside OCM stacked together, it becomes a team of soccer players. What it does is it's passing balls. So you remember the attribution model that I was talking about? So now we are not concerned about if one ad is giving 700 cost per result, another ad is giving 200 cost per result. We are not concerned about that. What we are looking at is just the average, and we are letting the team of players do the heavy lifting. We're letting the team of players do the magic here. And here's what I want to show you, that some people who got started with OCM just like in 2 days, 3 days, started to experience this. Aniket was struggling, but finally he was able to smash it in a couple of days. ROAS of 5.38x. Here's Rahul. In just 5 days of implementing, before average cost per result was 820 rupees, and after average cost per result dropped to 400 rupees. In 24 hours of implementing, Murtaza, who is targeting US market, doing this in international markets, cost per result is now at a profit margin of 33.37%. He applied OCM on a second account and a complete different niche store in a different business and says OCM is a no-brainer. Every single case study I talked about initially in the starting of the workshop, the ad account I walked you through right now, all of these people and everything I have to say and that I keep sharing with you guys is all through OCM. It works. Now I'm going to get the whiteboard here, tell you about 2 things which are like the frameworks of OCM, the standard frameworks of how we launch, how we take it to the finish line. Okay, that's framework. And I'm going to walk you through it, but I'll tell you that it's impossible for anyone to master things that took me years in 3 hours. It's not possible. But it's also impossible for me to tell someone why they needed in a 1-minute video, in a 1-minute ad. I can't do that. That is the reason we do these workshops. We work hard. Of course, I'm putting my time, money, effort here to do it. But it's important so that I can educate you why what I say works the way it does, because this is all proven with 100% transparency. I'm going to get my whiteboard. So I've got this table that it's a height adjustable table. I can adjust its height. And then we're going to begin with the OCM thing here. Yeah. So, and let me just be right back here. I'm going to have to plug this in. Okay, give me a second here, guys. Okay. OCM stands for one campaign method. All right. Now, okay, so I'm just going to change my mic. Can you guys hear me? I've changed my mic to my, plug this in now. Yeah. Okay. All right. Can you hear me now? Is it better? Okay. 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 Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So I want to get my whiteboard in and I want to hit the washroom. Let's take like a 2-minute breather. Okay. So let's take a 2-minute breather, go to the washroom or stuff like that. Let's come back in 2 minutes. I'm going to put my whiteboard here and start working on this. All right. Yeah. 2 minutes. I'm just going to leave everything as it is. And not more than 2 minutes. Okay. Be back in 2 minutes. I'm going to start. All right. So if you guys are like getting phenomenal learning experience and things you have discovered that you never knew about and you're already blown away with why you should actually do this, then type MB in the chat for me. MB is mind blown. Awesome. I'm glad, guys. Okay. All right. How's the sound now, guys? Is it good now? Yes? Guys, how's the sound now in the chat? Perfect. Okay. Awesome. Right. So, see how much hard work we have to put in. All right. So, okay. Now I'm going to tell you about OCM. Okay. And I want you to pay attention to what OCM really is and how it kind of works. Okay. So, when we launch with OCM, we use a method called as 153.
Next ticket.
Okay, 153. Now, what is 153? 153 is a CBO method, campaign budget optimization. Now, we have one campaign, which we call as the name of this campaign is OCM MC. MC stands for not what you think. MC stands for Master Campaign, OCM MC. And then inside the Master Campaign, we have 5 ad sets. Okay. Ad set 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's what it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, in each ad set, we have 3 ads. Understood? When we launch OCM, we follow this process. For this process to be applied, we use, because we are launching, which means we have no data, because we are just launching, brand new ad account, brand new product, brand new business, brand new funnel, brand new funnel, stuff like that. So when we're doing it, we are assuming that we have literally no data. Because of that, we're going to launch with this process. When we launch with this process, and because we have no data, we fall under the category of unvalidated product, or you can even say unvalidated business in most cases. So now we have to first get this idea, the product, the funnel validated. Therefore, we are not going to waste our time, money, and energy in deploying multiple ads to begin with. That is the reason why what we do is we use only one unique ad and we create 3 variations of the same ad. And that's how we have 3 ads. So one unique concept, and we create 3 variations of that one same concept. And then that becomes 3 different ads, and we launch them inside. That's what we do. Each ad set, because we have no data, has one single audience interest. Each of them. Any niche specific audience interest. It could be, say, if I'm running something for digital marketing, then I can choose digital marketing as one interest, email marketing as another one, then could be, say, advertising another one, stuff like that. So one single interest. Very easy, nothing complicated. Okay. Questions towards the end, but type 1 in the chat if you got it. Okay, awesome. Fantastic. Smart people. I've got smart crowd today. I like it. You know, in workshop funnels, you don't really know the kind of people who are coming in, because until and unless you don't present, you don't know, right? But I think I've been very fortunate to experience all of this, because I think that people have gotten smarter, like you guys, and which is good. So now,
சிங்கிட்டீங்களா சிங்கி ஏய் என்னாச்சு என்ன ஊத்திக்கிச்சு அது
as
குடிச்சுன்னா குடிக்கணும்
master ad set.
சரி விடு
You guys remember the master ad set? The same ad set that I was showing you inside that ad account? That's our master ad set. Master ad set is a broad ad set. It has no audience interest. I mean, no audience interest. No interest. It's broad. Right? And all that we do is in the master ad set, we stack all the winning ads together in the master ad set. When we are growing the business and we are launching this and we are growing it, because we are waiting for 75 to 100 conversion events. And till the time we hit the 75 to 100 conversion events, What we are doing is we are just testing different ad creatives simultaneously to find new winning ad creatives. And when we find
ஆமாப்பா
new
அங்க
winning
போயிட்டு
ad
வந்துருவேன்ப்பா.
creatives, all that we do is we keep them stacking inside our master ad set, because master ad set has all the winners.
வராரு
We
அப்பா ஒன்று
want to
ரெக்கார்ட் போட்டு
make our
வந்துடுறேன்.
master ad set become the
நானா?
team of winners.
ம்.
That's it. So we keep launching new tests to find new creative for the same product or funnel.
அப்படியா?
We find the new winning creative, we take that and we put it to the master ad set.
ம்.
And we just do this thing only.
ம்.
What if I told you that we do not spend more than 10
Yeah.
minutes to 15 minutes on a single ad account daily, on a daily basis, irrespective of how much that ad account is spending? So if the ad account is spending 30,000 per day, 15,000 per day, 50,000 per day, all that we do is we spend 10 to 15 minutes per day, nothing else. And the reason why is because once we have a winning creative, we stack that into the master ad set and then we let it roll. That's it. We leave it to Meta, and Meta does its job. It's not our problem, it's Meta's problem now. And now what we do when we optimize, guess what? You have one OCM MC which has one master ad set. Every time now you launch different tests, you can simply launch inside your OCMC. Why? Because OCMC was CBO. Keep launching the tests here, find the winners, stack them here, and guess what happens? No audience overlap, no auction overlap, no audience fragmentation. And as a result, the performance is super consistent and stable. That's why we do things the way we do things. Now, of course, like we discussed before,
Hey,
and you
wow.
also know, and I also know, of course, you'll have questions, and I'm going to share the Google form with you. But as I told you in the beginning of the workshop, that there is going to be an offer that I'm going to make to you guys, which is for a 4-week cohort-based program. I'm going to cohort-style program. I'm going to talk about that just
அங்க
now,
போவாத.
because it is humanly impossible for anyone to teach
பரவாயில்ல.
anything in 3 hours and make that person
இது
become
இது
a
பண்ணாத.
master
அப்பா ஒன்று
at it.
ரெக்கார்ட் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கேன்.
Of course, I had to educate you why OCM,
பரவாயில்ல.
what it can do, stuff like that. Give a framework to you, how to launch it, stuff like that.
ம்.
We do not follow anything you currently
வாங்கி தரேம்மா.
know. For example, we don't think about increasing our budget by only 10%, 15%. We don't.
சரிப்பா.
Or every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. If I
ஓகேப்பா.
want to increase budget every day, which we do, I keep doing it. If I want to increase budget every third day, we keep doing it. If I want to double the budget the next day, we do it. We have case studies where we took ad accounts from spending 9,000 rupees per day to 42,000 rupees per day in 7 days.
ஒரு
How
நிமிஷம்
about
இரு.
that? We have a case study where we took ad account from 0 to spending 30,000 rupees per day with consistent performance. We have an ad account where we took the ad account from spending 0
ஒரு
to
நிமிஷம்
spending
இரு.
15,000 per day
இது
with
ஆஃபீஸ் லேப்டாப்பா
consistent
இது?
performance, and then spending 15,000 every day. The moment client tells us, hey, in this month, I want to achieve this number of sales. This is my business goal. Can we increase the budget? You're like, okay. In the first 2 weeks itself, we achieve the target and we drop the budget down. So we take the daily budget to 50,000, 40,000, 30,000 per day, for example. Scenario wise depends. But let's say 30,000, for example. We run it for like, say, 2 weeks, 10 days. The goal is being met almost. We straight away drop it down by 15,000. We let it run at half budget for the remaining second half of the month. Once the new month starts, we again increase the budget, simply double it by editing it. Peaceful performance. All that we are now focused on is spending our time outside of the ad account. The frequency is not a problem. Why? Because Meta is retargeting automatically. When I showed you guys that ad account was retargeting automatically, what does high frequency means? If there are so many ads, tell me this. If there are so many ads over here, like when we talk about different ads,
So, okay.
in this particular case, In this case, we have currently 12 active ads
Hmm.
in MAS, the same case study that I was sharing with you. 12 ads. In this case, the total frequency of MAS was 4.5, but not even a single ad had a frequency of 4.5. If you see at different ads, it was probably 2.5. This was 1.5. This was 1.3. This was 2.8. This was 2.4, 1.5, stuff like that. And average of all of these 12 ads was 4.5, which means what? Which means ad one, Meta is choosing to show someone, say, Rohan, one time. Then he's thinking, okay, this person saw this ad, and maybe this person now needs to see this ad. So showed me this ad, then the next ad. But on average, out of all of these 12 ads, Meta is showing an total ads from this company, from this brand, from this product to its users 4.5 times. Because Meta knows that is a sweet spot. And as a result of this, what happens? Ad fatigue does not happen. How many of you understand what ad fatigue is? Type me in the chat. As a result of this, ad fatigue is not happening, because when we run Facebook ads and we retarget the audience, when Meta is retargeting on its own, if you're running ads right now, go to your ad account and check the frequency. What does that mean? If a frequency is more than one, what is that supposed to mean? Meta is retargeting on its own. So when we retarget, what do? Forget about ad fatigue, we are doing brand fatigue. Forget about brand fatigue, we are doing product fatigue. We are pushing people into things, and that's what people don't want. It becomes pushy marketing, and that's why businesses fail, because the concept and the approach itself is broken. But OCM is here to save. So it took me years to create all of this, guys. Learn all of this, master all of this. I'm going to take 10 minutes. I have a Google document, nothing fancy. I don't even like fancy things. I keep things very, very simple. Our process is very simple, straightforward. We just focus on creating master ad set, and then we keep stacking ads inside. Everybody who is a part of OCM Mastery is doing the same thing. We do the same thing. Every client that we have onboarded, we are following the same thing. I'm going to talk about the 4-week OCM Mastery program just now. It's going to take about 10 minutes. It's a Google document. It's a 4-week program. And just so you know, you will be shocked to see how economical I have kept it. But I just want to do it this way. So with your permission, can I just take 10 minutes and talk about that, and then we will hop on to Q&A? Fair enough? Thank you, guys. Thank you. Sir, mat bolo yaar. Like, don't call me sir. Rohan is good. Rohan is good. Okay, so, all right. So here's what it is. I'm just going to zoom this in. Okay. Visible, guys? Yes or no in the chat if it's visible? Okay, awesome. Thank you. All right. So now what I want to go ahead and share with you is the week-wise overview and what exactly this program is all about. This program is for anyone who wants to launch, scale, and then dominate the future with Facebook ads as effortlessly as possible, and basically safeguard yourself from what's about to happen. Third-party cookies are dying, death of data, third-party data, you already know it. Now, who is this for? E-commerce businesses, local businesses, online coaches, consultants, service providers, SaaS companies, influencers and content creators, non-profit organizations, health and wellness businesses, real estate agencies, B2B, B2C lead generation, info products, books and courses. Basically, so many of them I personally have hands-on experience in, but it just works with anything you can think about. Now, here's the week-wise overview. Week one is going to be the foundations, where we'll talk about, dive deep into these 7 foundational steps, where we'll talk about things like what's OCM exactly and how does it work. Simplifying the first-party data and third-party data again in a more deeply done manner. Advantage Plus and original audience, we will talk about that. Okay, you may have this question. We currently stick to Advantage Plus. It's doing very well. It was not working well, but now we have this working with OCM. It just does wonders for us. And this lesson, I've explained how we do it and why it works the way it does. The future of audience targeting and how to safeguard yourself, decoding the ad auction system to win the game of Facebook ads, ad attribution system, how OCM uses the soccer strategy. This one chapter has gotten us the most amount of testimonials because it just blows people's minds away, because you will find out how I simplify this with the soccer strategy and you'll understand it. Why OCM works and how it makes your life peacefully profitable. Then we move on to week number 2, which is the implementation week, where we talk about the variables in an ad, the framework intro, the total ads needed in 153. All these are video lessons with guides and SOPs. So 113 framework intro, we have a 113 framework as well. Then what are the qualifying KPIs for winners for 153 and 113? When to use these 153 and 113, the scaling budget formula, the kill point. How do you define the kill point? How do I define the kill point? When to kill an ad, when to kill a particular test we are doing. So how do we define it? Launching OCM on new ad accounts. I give you my walkthrough. Why not launch with broad right away? You might have that question right now. Okay, Rohan, why did you choose to start with 5 ad sets if you're launching for the first time? Why are we not going broad? So more understanding on that. Do we need to follow the launch SOP every time? Simple naming convention, like we follow the same ad account that you saw. We have a very simple naming convention that it becomes very easy for you to manage your business at scale. Launching OCM on new ad accounts. So I give you a live ad account walkthrough. It's a live account. Like I'll show you one of our clients' accounts where we have deployed it, still running it, and how we did it, how we launched it. There's another ad account I walked you through. Then there's an existing accounts I walk you through, an SOP on that. Then approaching e-commerce with OCM when you have multiple SKUs or catalog, like you've got multiple products or a list of series of products, and how do you apply that when you are running multiple funnels, multiple products? How do you use OCM in that scenario? When you're running one single product or multiple digital products, promoting courses, workshops, webinars, high ticket funnel, multiple funnels, same business, different businesses. How do you really manage with OCM? It's all about that. Then week 3 is scaling and optimization, where I give you deep down case study breakdowns, like 9,000 per day to 42,000 per day in 7 days that I was telling you about earlier. So I give you a live ad account walkthrough of that. 30,000 per day live ad account walkthrough of that. Then there's an ad budget and optimization calculator that I use, very simple thing, and I share that with you, and I share how you can access that calculator, how we use it inside our agency. I give you SOP walkthrough, number of ad creatives recording according to the daily budget, which is a creative scaling SOP. I forgot to mention here. So let me actually tell you, correct this. It's a creative scaling SOP, okay? Which is number of ad creatives according to the daily budget. How to increase the budget easily with stability in different scenarios, how to keep increasing the budget without stress, how to plan and manage the scaling of your ad accounts and business, the 10-minute optimization practice we follow in our agency, not just me, even Supratim, who's our in-house media buyer, how we do this. Ad optimization checklist that we follow, BOD, which means beginning of the day, end of the day, the checklist we follow. Then something to do with creative testing, like why do businesses fail at advertising? Sprint test for rapid ad ideas. When you are like, say you are a big brand and you have thousands of ad ideas to launch, but then you can't launch one ad and wait for 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, right? So how do you decide which ad do you want to take forward, or which idea do you want to take forward? Sprint testing method helps in that, where there's a process we use where we test 10 ideas in 24 hours with 100 rupees, not conversion ads, but there's a process we follow. And this is usually for big brands. Sometimes we use it. 5 different ways to test an individual ad creatives, creative optimization with OCM, what to test in a video ad creative, carousel, image, creative concepts, case studies, and breakdowns, a lot of crazy stuff. And throughout this program, you're going to have this understanding of these principles. Okay. Some of them